Yo guys, it's TheyMightBeBricks.
And it's Jabbo, a.k.a. BrickTsar.
A.k.a. TheyMightBeBricks.
What's a.k.a. stand for?
AKA.
Aka. Also known as, I think is what that stands for. So, welcome to another Jabbo's Answer Machine, BrickTsar Answer Thingy, the most redundant name for a podcast in the history of podcasts. It could be the BrickTsar podcast.
Or BrickTsar's podcast.
We'll come up with a name, and as I mentioned in a previous video on my channel that you haven't seen, I got a phone number, and so I got to set up the answer machine. You know, the old answer machine I want to set that up where people can call in their questions. Don't you think that would be neat?
Yeah, that would be.
So the story of the answer machine, I used to have that as before I got married, and I we used it for a long time even after that. But I made it like dial a song from They Might Be Giants. So you'd call, and it could be anywhere from one song to 30 minutes, whatever the length of the tape was. So people sometimes would call up and get annoyed at me because they couldn't leave a message. But you had to do a star code too. You could do like a *6 and then leave a message, but you had to know that.
But you didn't tell anyone.
But I didn't get a lot of telemarketers calling either.
That's true.
So yeah, I'd like to do that where people could call. Yeah, what do you think? You think that'd be a bad idea?
No, you just gotta make sure that we don't get a lot of spam, you know.
Yeah,
but I doubt we will.
Yeah, and it eventually, if it did become a problem, I would just disable the number or whatever. But anyway, hopefully people will be civil, human, and kind. What's the other word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Not be a jerk.
There's a number I have saved on my phone. You can call them and like click one of these numbers and you can play it'll play a Hall & Oates song.
To hear 101, please press 1. To hear Rich Girl, please press 2. To hear Manita, please press 3. To hear Privatize, please press 4.
Yeah, so back in the early days when you had there was long distance, so you could call the dial-a-song, the They Might Be Giants dial-a-song. It was like a 1-700 something number, and but it was long distance. But I did it occasionally, but a 3 or 4 minute call can be expensive back in those days. So I didn't do it very many times. So I missed out on all the dial-a-song stuff. But this would be free. And unless you have a service that using the phone charges you. But anyway, that's an idea I have. And I wanted to do it kind of like the Rockford Files opening. You ever seen Rockford? You don't know Rockford Files. That's a show from the 70s. But every episode started with a message he got on his answer machine. And then it would...
Like Charlie's Angels?
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like Charlie's Angels. It was he was getting an answer. He had an old answer machine, and it'd be like panning through his room. Like the phone rings, and you're panning through his room, and then it's somebody leaving some crazy message about something, and then it does the Rockford File theme, and then it shows like random still images of all the people that are in the episode.
When I think of answering machines like that, I think of Unbreakable because. Remember, Mr. Glass would call him on the phone, and it'd just be playing the message. Yeah. That's what I think of.
Yeah. So let's get to this episode. First thing, though, before we get into the questions, and while we're talking about phones, so we watched this movie last night.
Oh, yeah.
It was an Amazon movie?
Amazon original.
Yeah, called Vast of Night. And I know it's not Lego related, but it is phone related. So one of the young girl in the movie, she was a switchboard operator. And this is taking place in the 50s. So just seeing that old style of them taking those Bantam connectors and plugging in, that's how you connect the calls. And I really enjoyed seeing that and that being an integral part of what was going on in the movie.
Yeah, that was a good movie. It scared me. It really scared me, but it was good.
Yeah, I have to be honest, the first 10 minutes of the dialogue, I couldn't follow sometimes what they were saying and why they were saying it.
Because his accent was really strong, too, for the 50s.
Yeah. And so it's supposed to take place in New Mexico, and it's like I lived in New Mexico for 9 months, nowhere near where this would have been taking place, but it was funny seeing how the style of the gym looked just like the style of the gym at the school I went to. A different type of gym, because that was the one that they had was different, but inside it looked the same. It was just neat seeing that, the old gym. But
good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Don't want to give any spoilers or anything, but we enjoyed that science fiction movie.
Paradox Theater.
And so something to tie this with my channel is I have an idea for what I want to do with vintage stuff. Now, I've done a lot of vintage reviews.
It's a YouTube.
That was on the Mac. I was like, I thought I put Do Not Disturb on there.
Here, you can do this.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We won't get many there. What was I talking about? Oh, so for my channel, I wanted to do a series where everything would take place before a certain year. Like, you know, here's quiz time for you. When did the Lego minifigures start?
I don't know.
You're not my son.
No, I mean...
It's before you were born.
1970 something.
That's right. 1970 something. 1978. So that's when they got the minifigure with the arms and legs that move. The one I had when I was a kid.
What about this era?
Yeah, then this era minifigure, is the armless, faceless.
Early 70s?
This started in like 70.
I was going to say
75.
I was going to say 1974.
Yeah. It's either 74 or 75.
I was actually going to say.
I don't even know. Well, we should look.
I should have just said 1974 because that's what I was thinking, but I don't want to be wrong.
Well, the 1978 is when the traditional minifigure started. So I'd have to look and see when these parts, when the legs for this guy started. 75.
I was 1 year off in my head, like before I said anything.
So these are kind of creepy minifigures.
Yeah, it's like that brick film.
Yeah.
It had no face.
Yeah, or old brick film he's talking about. I forgot the name of that one.
Funhouse or something like that.
Yeah, so if you take a time period, so 1977 or sooner, you won't have traditional minifigure. You only have that. You got taller.
I don't know what happened. Whoa!
And so I wanted to do a series where everything in that series could only be things from before 1978. And I thought about, this is the time period I grew up. And I was thinking, I had a question or a comment from Ryan.
Ryan Toys with you?
Yeah, Ryan's Toys with you. I left that comment. Pro Lego Channel made a video, how much does M&R Productions make? I said, his Ryan's Toys Review channel is killing it. He said, I have to wear a lot of makeup on that channel.
Oh my God.
But no, seriously, Ryan had said, talk about me doing a series or a video, basically a video, not a series, talking about what it was like before eBay and the internet, about finding old Lego sets. Because that's, as a kid, even at a very young age, I knew that once the sets were gone, you wouldn't see them again. And there were a lot of sets I wanted. I used to dream of getting the city sets in particular, because when I was collecting as a kid, we didn't have themes like pirates and castle.
It was just whatever it was.
Yeah, you'd have like city sets, like hospital, police stations, fire stations, things like that, police cars,
Brickyard,
the brickyard, construction sites, but you didn't really have like
a set theme.
Yeah, it was just all Legoland or whatever.
Whatever it was, basically.
Yeah, so I thought about doing a series and making it like the style of the 70s or something. I don't know. It's something I've thought of. Because that movie, thinking about The Vast of Night, how they gave it that, it was supposed to be like the late 50s, I think. But they gave it that style, even sometimes fading into what the TV would look like then.
That was a good movie. You guys should watch it. I mean, for real.
Yep. So we're going to get to some of the questions. And the first question This is from...
Legs without split.
That's what they call the legs for that old minifigure. Let me go to this question. This was from the Brickmasters, who said, happy anniversary, because that's what we talked about.
Wait, the Lego Masters?
No.
I hear something.
Charlie is still in the box, so I got a Galador set in the mail. This is the video that'll be uploaded after this video. And he just got out of the box. He's been in this box for like he's been in the box for like 2 or 3 hours. So, but they asked, you have the best YouTube videos. When do you think you will do another Bat or JAMBAT Lego podcast? And is there any way one of our questions can be featured?
Well, I hope we can do one soon. We might feature one of your questions.
I don't think we're going to feature any questions from the Brickmasters. I don't think it's possible. And
how many episodes have you released so far?
This is episode 6.
Dang.
I should say what episode it is.
6 weeks already?
You know what? That's what I should start. I should start with what episode it is.
Did you do one episode a week?
I've done one a week.
So it's already been almost 2 months.
Month and a half.
So you know what I think about sometimes? It's like when we watch The Flash, they release one episode a week, and there's at least 22 episodes. That's 22 weeks, and it goes by so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I haven't been clear enough, and I am. We're just kind of joking here, the Brickmasters.
Yeah,
yeah. All you gotta do is ask the question.
we look at almost basically every comment.
I do look at the ones right now. We search for the hashtag BAT, so that usually, but sometimes we do answer questions that don't have the hashtag on them, the BAT. But you ask a question, and so far, all of the episodes, including this one, are uploaded on Monday morning. Or I forgot to... I thought I had it scheduled, but I actually had it scheduled for the next day because one of them ended up being in the afternoon because I forgot to post it.
Have you ever recorded one?
I take it back. That's right. I filmed it on Monday morning.
I was about to say, I was like, have you ever filmed one on Monday before?
Yeah. Most of these are filmed before Monday, though. So we want this to be a regular thing. We don't want to miss an episode, so what we'll do is if we're going to be like going on vacation, we'll
film like 4 of them.
Yeah, film ahead of time. So that's how you ask the question, use the hashtag BAT, and they are supposed to be on Monday. Hopefully we'll never, ever, ever miss a Monday. All right, so Will Harper, and he says, I know it's your channel. Will comments a lot on our videos, by the way. He says, I know it's your channel, and I have no right, but I really wish you would do at least 2 Pablos a week. And he says, and some more bats. When I think of you and your channel, those are the things that come to mind. Can I start a petition? And if everyone wants to, you would do it? Once again, I don't mean to be rude. I just really want those. They're very entertaining. Anyway, great video. Have a good day.
If you do a Kickstarter and we get all the money, I'm joking.
Now, I do want to do the podcast. I really want it to be more like a podcast instead of just answering questions. Now, we will answer questions. And so I really need to come up with a name for the podcast. And we're 6 episodes in, and I'm still calling it JAMBAT. But the answering the questions that... Sometimes I've often, like, when somebody asks a specific questions like storage solutions, I got that question so many times that I made a video specifically showing how I store everything. And guess what happened? I still got a bunch of questions.
Yeah, about it.
So, but then I could just link the video. But there are questions, for instance, that I've already answered.
And people still ask you?
They still ask me, but guess what? I don't even know which video I answered it in.
Yeah.
So I can't even find the video.
So you got to keep up.
Yeah, so I can't... that's why I don't ever get mad. I shouldn't ever get mad that people ask the same question.
Because not everyone sees the same thing.
Right. So, yeah, I will answer questions in other videos besides this podcast as well. The Pablos, that's just... I appreciate the orders, but filming them...
Pablos is hard.
I did a bunch of them. I was doing them every day, sometimes 2 or 3 a day. And I was making a lot of mistakes. In fact, one, I don't even think it was a Pablo. I sent a package. Oh, man. Hold on.
See, Pablos, they look easy on camera, but they're very difficult to do. They might be bricks.
He attacked the child's room. I knew it. He was going to knock all those pieces in the floor. Charlie was attacking a Lego set we've already reviewed.
Here. Uh-oh.
So, I don't want him to knock the train stuff off. So, I was making mistakes, and like I was saying before, Charlie knocked over something in the other room.
Hit the table.
Try not to hit the table.
The first time I've done it this whole video. I've been holding my hands like this because I know, and I have my hands. I was like, it's too dangerous. I was gonna go like that.
Yeah, it's too tempting. I left off some things to a guy in Canada, which is very disappointing, because it's so expensive to ship stuff to Canada. Mm-hmm. I was making a lot of mistakes with the Pablos. Which is, if you're not ever seen those, that's picking a BrickLink Lego order. It's where I actually film myself picking orders or putting a camera in the tray. And I want to still do them from time to time, but I got to either have something where it's an incentive for me to do them. I don't want people just to place an order just so they can get the Pablo. I want them to place the order to get the parts they want, not for a video. I think people have ordered stuff just to get a video.
Mm-hmm. And we're happy that you guys order from our store, but order because you need the part.
And if people want a shout out, I can figure out some way of doing that without doing a Pablo. Mm-hmm. It's probably better just do the
or a Patreon.
Yeah. There are different ways to do Patreon, and man, I get these tangents. Here comes Charlie. But the ones that there's a guy that does science videos that has a Patreon, and he's got hundreds of people in his Patreon. You know how he does it is like at the end of his video, he says who his new Patreons are.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do.
And he thanks them. Mm-hmm. And then he goes on. But I hate it when the video at the beginning is all about Patreon, and their community posts are all about Patreon. In fact, Kevin from Vsauce, I got kind of annoyed, and I think they deleted my comment, but all of their, one of their channels, it's just all Patreon. I just got tired of it, and they said, if you want to see the full video, I was like, just stop, just make all your videos just for your patrons, because if you're just going to be like, everything's about your Patreon, then just don't even tell me. Mm-hmm. I can't afford to support most people.
Because it's like paying for Netflix or something like that.
Yeah, it's like but if you give me I didn't mind supporting Kevin, and even though I don't get on any of the incentives or the perks with it, but I don't mind supporting it.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Hinkle. And
I would support others, but the more they push it on me, the more they talk about it, the less I want to do it.
Like, I would support Star Wars Theory, but I don't like watching his videos.
Yeah, the Star Wars Theory, that was one of those people where you were watching them from the beginning, and this is not to be a what do you call it when you complain about other YouTube?
Rant. I know. I mean, like, because he works good. He works hard in his stuff.
And he makes good videos. Mm-hmm. But I did see something. He got the YouTuber big head thing, where you remember how it was when he was working so hard to make that Vader video.
Yeah, he was working hard, and I was like, man, this is awesome.
And then he got too big for his britches. I'll just say that. He got, where, I don't know how any other way to say it, too big for his britches, or his head got too big. And it started coming across in his videos, and I that's when I lost interest in him, because I was like, he now knows he's got a big following, and he acts like it.
See, I still think, I mean, he still works good on his videos and all that.
His videos are still good.
But it's just it's one of those where if you were watching him for a long time, you can notice. If you just hop in and just now discover him,
you wouldn't think that.
But like he had none of his videos have been recommended.
It's when he was reacting to some of the trailers. Mm-hmm. He was like doing all these sighs and stuff, and it's just like, after a while, it's like it got old.
It's like, well, I mean, yeah.
But that's what I don't like. I like that.
But I respect him as a YouTuber.
Yeah. So this is not definitely wouldn't send any hate towards him, and he has a lot of value to the Star Wars community. But I had lost total interest in him. Mm-hmm. I still follow Star Wars Explained,
The only Star Wars channels I follow now are like people who make video edits, like the guy that did the trailer.
Oh yeah, funny stuff.
I don't. Star Wars has got to a point where I like hearing stuff about facts, but Star Wars is just too.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. Star Wars is where like too many people like it, so you hear all these different opinions, and then you don't want yours to be influenced by someone else's. So
yeah. So that can happen with
Hello Greedo is the only one I still.
Hello Greedo's funny.
Hello Greedo's good,
but I don't watch a lot of the. I mean, that's not the type of content I'm watching a lot of anyway.
He did one recently, and it was movies that inspired Star Wars, and he talked a lot about the Flash Gordon movies from the 40s.
Yeah, Star Wars Explained's done a lot of Indiana Jones videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you probably would like them. They're short. And
I love the Indiana Jones.
But anyway, this isn't about Star Wars or other YouTubers, but it's just that I like people that stay who they are, no matter how many subscribers. And I was watching Shy Time is My Time. He did his first podcast. You know Shy? You don't? Yeah, I don't know if you follow his content.
I am not familiar.
Okay, so he's in California. He used to work for the Lego company for a short while, then he got fired.
Sounds like Lego.
Yeah, they fire the best people. Only the best will get fired. And so he was like starting his. I listened to an entire like 40+ minute podcast he did, and so those are the types of things that I like to watch because I can listen to them while I'm driving because I can just turn it on audio and listen. I don't have to look at the camera. Look at the video. But he started towards the end, he started comparing, like, there's these other big YouTubers, and he mentioned some of them, and then myself, and I was like, don't have to compare, because we all started at zero. But I like it when people stay who they are. Like, they may get better at what they do, but they don't get...
I've stayed who I was, like... I used to make a lot of videos, and then I hit 2,000 subscribers, and I'm the same. I don't really make videos, and I've gained 4,000 subscribers from that. I don't know how.
Yeah, you were making videos all the time, but it's like, you don't...
I like making videos.
But you don't.
I don't know why.
Don't worry about it. I don't think anybody should be forced.
But it's like when I make a video, I make it... I like supporting the community, but I make a video because it's something I like, and I hope other people like it too, Yeah.
But, when you start, when people, like, I'm only going to talk to people that have 1 million subscribers because I got 1 million subscribers, it's like,
that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. And at the same time, you can't expect, if you're new, that somebody who's established in the community is going to just...
Because, there's so many people.
Yeah. But in my case, some of the channels that I watch don't get a lot of views or they don't have a lot of subscribers. I like Brick Trains. I like Maniac for Bricks. Some of the big channels. I don't watch it. I don't usually watch news videos. Occasionally I'll watch some of them if there's something in it, but I don't usually watch like Lego news videos.
I watch like news that has to do with like movies and stuff like that.
I might watch movie reviews.
Stuckman.
Get Stuckmanized. And that guy that used to... what's the guy that does the pitch meetings?
Oh, Screen Rant?
Yeah, Screen Rant guy, but he's got Ryan, or what is his name? Is his name Ryan too? Ryan George?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah,
there's a lot of Ryans.
I watch his channel all the time, and I can't even remember his name. Yeah, there's too many Ryans.
I was watching a gameplay video, and it took place in Chattahoochee National Forest, and I was watching. I was like, I hope I don't die because that's like right next to my house.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about Lego. You are going to talk about Lego?
Mad about.
Oh, I do want to do one rant. So I would never have known this if the Jackhammer hadn't have posted it on his community tab, because he reposted a video from one of the biggest YouTubers in the world that I don't follow and don't have any interest in. Don't have any problem with him, except for this video. He built the world's largest Lego tower.
Who? Do I know him?
Mr. Beast.
Hmm.
And I was like, no Lego was used in the video. And I watched a couple of minutes of it, and I'm like, I know he gives people money, and he gives a lot of money to charity. He doesn't do anything bad, I don't think. I don't think...
I mean, that's public.
I don't think, like, some of these channels, like 5 Minute Crafts, it's just crap. That's just pure garbage.
Yeah, we can say that because they don't watch our videos.
Yeah,
and even if
they're not, they're made by there's so many content farm type channels out there. That's not Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is a real YouTuber who figured out the algorithm and how to game it and make videos that get a lot of
bug in his. I think he had a Lego piece in his mouth. He got a bug in his mouth.
Charlie, but it's all clickbaity type stuff, and I have a problem with it. That he calls it Lego and it's not Lego. I was like, that should be clickbait. That should be not allowed.
One of my least favorite trends that happens at least once a year is when we get close to May the 4th or any Star Wars anniversary or holiday, people want to destroy Lego Star Wars sets. They did it last year, the year before that. They want to destroy the Millennium Falcon. And I'm like, it's cool watching Lego explode.
Didn't Rhett and Link do that?
Yeah, they were like the first like big channel. Well, no, because Slow-Mo guy, or not Slow-Mo, it's one of the Slow-Mo channels said it. But it's like, I mean,
I rarely thumbs down a video, but I have on those types of
because
videos.
It's like, I mean, I got no problem with people breaking their Lego, but it's like, so many people have done it, and it's like, it's kind of a waste to build that and then just throw it.
And they should have a right to do it. And speaking of Ryan actually did a drop test of his Millennium Falcon.
But that's I mean,
you know what he did? He like threw it on. He was like throws it on his table.
Oh yeah, that's different.
And it fell into. I think it fell into more pieces than he expected. But these people have no love for the product, which is fine too. I mean,
like we take our Lego into the water,
and I've done a lot of things where I've dropped pianos on stuff. So I guess I'm a hypocrite there. But
I'm talking about like it's always the same thing. Yeah, like
they're just doing it for the views.
Or they're doing
that's why I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Wait, that's what we're doing. But I guess it's more or less like I don't know. Like every time I see it, my friends who aren't into Lego like I am, they're always sending it to me, either because they know I like Lego or they think it'll get on my nerves. And it doesn't get on my nerves that they're destroying Lego. It gets on my nerves that it's the same video over and over and over again. And I'm like, come on, man.
Stop sharing it with me.
I'm like, I've seen it already.
So I'll say then our complaint is it's okay for people to make those videos. Just please you don't share them with us.
Yeah, for real.
All right, so let's get to another question that hasn't been asked before. Mardi Gras Man. We got him right there, and he's over there too. But this is Mardi Gras Man.
Mardi Gras Man.
2-3. He says, how many of the Homemaker sets are you lacking to complete the theme, and how many Fabuland sets? Did I answer that question?
I think
I answered that question in the last video.
Do you have all the Fabuland sets?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I only got about 40 of them. All right, let's get to some questions. Oh, here's one from Michael Innocent. Or is it Innocente? I don't know, Michael. He says, Bat, if you had to guess, how many different sets do you have? Now, if I had to guess...
10.
I have 42 different sets.
There's a lot of sets.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure... How many would you... we're going to make you guess. Since I kind of know my collection... You know my collection a little bit, but you don't know it like I do. Because there's boxes you've never been in. How many? If you were to put a number on it, what would you guess?
I don't know. That I'm afraid to say.
Is it more than 100?
Oh, definitely.
Is it more than 1,000?
Yeah.
Is it more than 2,000?
Mm-hmm.
Is it more than 3,000? So that's apparently 3,000.
Is it more? Nah, I mean.
Well, I've been.
Do you catalog it on BrickLink?
BrickTsar.
BrickTsar, yeah.
So I've been cataloging everything on BrickTsar, but this isn't everything. This is just what I've listed.
Oh, I see it. Wow.
Let's do the overview. So how many different sets
that we have listed?
That I had on BrickTsar?
3,587 different.
So
I was close.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You hesitated.
I didn't want to go over 3,000 just in case.
Yeah. But that you were good to kind of pause there. But it's over 4,100 different. Items. 3,587 different. And this is the thing that frustrates. We have the 54th largest collection on BrickTsar. I was in the top 50, but some have passed me. And
do BrickLink sellers are they?
Oh well, there's probably guys that have several thousand just in their store. And this counts polybags, collectible minifigures, keychains. Those all count as sets. But for me to go up in the thing, just to go up 10 spots, I'd have to add 200 and something more sets.
But that's the thing when we don't buy Lego we buy Lego because we like it. BrickTsar is awesome. I didn't realize it is stuff like that.
Yeah, collection. You can keep your collection. That's how I keep up where the location is. And there's another question.
Hopefully Lego doesn't buy BrickTsar.
Now watch this. So we got a question, it's not a related question, but it's from Brick Trains. He says, do you own or have you ever owned set 022 doll furniture by Samsonite? Now how would you do that? Let's see if you can do it. I'm going to see if TheyMightBeBricks can do it. Can you see if I own 022? There's an easier way, actually. Yeah. What if you're looking for set 022? What would you type in the search bar? And it's doll furniture, not the basic. There's two sets 022.
Okay, and then you
scroll down.
Well, I want to figure out. Oh, okay, there you go. You do have one.
I do have, and guess where it is? Scroll down even further.
Where?
I put it in my notes.
Oh, box P13.
P13.
What is ACM?
Advanced Collection Manager. You can put other details.
Also known as? Is that what it means?
So that Brick Trains is actually the one that told me I need to start using the advanced. Now you're starting to look at the ads.
This is custom, right?
Yes.
There's no way. I'm about to say Lego don't make. All right,
this is a warning.
Besides those, whatever.
On BrickTsar, they'll have links to similar items or related items, allegedly, at the bottom, and it's like eBay listings, and there's a lot of crap in there.
See, but Lego's made less than 5 X-Men sets. Don't know why.
Just making sure
it's
this
still recorded. Do you think they'll make a Bill and Ted set when the movie comes out?
I hope so. I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But you never know. I think the movie's going to do really good. I really do. Everyone's excited for it.
Oh, so that's since the last time I've done a video for this
Bill and
podcast.
Ted 3. That trailer is amazing.
So we're looking forward to that, as you can guess. All right. This is from BG asks, hello, the other day I saw a video in which you show your backlog of sets you want to part out. It was around July 2019. That was almost a year ago. He says, and there were sets that were a lot older. So do you check the value of each set again when you take it out of the backlog because its value could have changed drastically? Or are you guessing based on your experience? Did I just lose you on this question? So basically, let's take a set that's in the backlog.
What does backlog mean? You haven't put it in yet?
So
it's not public. It's unlisted.
I don't like using that term. Backlog is what people use sometimes to refer to sets they haven't built yet, or sets. If you have a BrickLink store, like I do, sets you've bought to put in the BrickLink store or to part out into your BrickLink store, but you haven't done it yet. So those sets up there on that shelf are things that I want to put in the BrickLink store. I just don't know if I want to do it as a set or part it out, or even if I want to do it.
When you first start, I know you've probably been asked this before, but didn't you When you started BrickLink, you weren't parting out sets. You were selling the
it's
sets.
just selling sets.
And you started doing that in the early 2010s?
Started in 2004.
Like parting out sets?
No.
When did you start?
Putting sets in the store.
I know, but like when you started parting out sets like that. Because I remember when you had right here, it was just sets.
Yeah. And so it was.
Now you don't really sell
it probably was around 2010 to 2012.
Because I remember, but it's like you don't have as many sets now. I guess because the demand is just
Yeah,
parts.
you remember what is your room now? Mm-hmm. Remember when it had all Lego sets in it? Do you remember that? All those sets are gone.
Is it from parting out or selling them?
Yeah, parting them out.
See, because I remember when my friends would come over, they'd be like, "Oh, look at all the Star Wars sets," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know," but like I remember you had this one.
Yeah. Oh, the General Grievous he's pointing to up there. I don't think they can see it.
Didn't you have like? I remember.
I had like 10 of them.
I remember seeing at least 2. I remember seeing.
All right, so that set was $100, I think, and I had them like I had them cheaper than retail in my store.
Hey, look, Space Camp.
Oh yeah, I watched Space Camp last week.
Oh man.
So as far as the value, all of that's determined by the software that I use when I upload. So I don't worry about what I think. I mean, I do have in my mind, and I do kind of use the BrickLink part out value feature, which I've talked about numerous times. I look at that when I'm parting out a set to kind of see what the ballpark or what the value is, but it's all calculated by the software. So if you watched a video in July 2019 of a set and I didn't part it out till today, I would go by whatever today's price was. But the thing is, a lot of sets it's actually better to part them out as soon as you get them instead of waiting. And that's kind of, there's a handful of sets on top of the shelves over there, and it's like there's not much point in parting them out because I got 1 or 2 copies of them, and that's usually not good to do. So I'm a hobby seller, so it's like I don't worry about it. It's like if I closed the store tomorrow, we would just use the parts for whatever.
Fred.
All right, and I've had a lot of questions recently about how many orders do we get. And here's another one from the Brickmaster. It says, how many total orders do you get a week? And is it usually around the same amount of orders per week? I actually don't know. And people are telling me I need to use Google to figure out the number. But if I go to BrickLink, I'm going to do this.
Did it have like an average?
It doesn't. Like if I look at my orders, like today we haven't had any orders. I'm filming this on a Saturday, and there have been no orders, which is very unusual.
But not bad, because
I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying the break.
After this, all the viewers are like, "Hey, let's go buy some."
So these are the orders. There's how many are on a page? 50 on a page. So if I go back to June 2nd, basically, I've had 50 orders since June 2nd. What's today?
June 13th. So that's like a week and a half.
It averages out like 3 or 4 a day.
Wow.
About 4 a day, average. But in May it was a lot higher than that. So I don't track how many orders I do.
Do you think you get at least like 25 a week?
Yeah, I would say we get a container from the post office to put stuff in. And like today, I went to the post office from the stuff from yesterday evening, and it was just 2 items. So I ended up not using the container. I just took them in there. But usually we got enough to fill up the container. So sometimes we'll have 5 orders. Sometimes it's 8. Sometimes it's 3. And then like today, this is Saturday. I'm filming this on a Saturday, and it's very unusual, but we have no orders. But it could be that it's not when people have their second paycheck of the month, because some people get paid every 2 weeks instead of every week. And some have told me that the 1st of the month and the 15th, you'll get more orders right after that. So we're right before the 15th.
That does make sense.
So people that are on that bi-weekly pay period, they're at the end of their money, so they're not buying right now.
I guess it's the same, like people schedule their YouTube videos to days that people are home or they're
sometimes
able to watch it.
So I've watched the Creator Insider. It's the only YouTube channel that I watched that's by the YouTube people. And they were talking about, oh yeah, it doesn't matter when you post your videos. I'm like, yeah, it does. if I post my videos at 2 o'clock in the morning, that video will not do as well.
Actually, not to them because, you know...
To them, it doesn't matter.
No. To them because they like to hide your subscriptions from you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
And
matter.
like,
they're like, oh, it doesn't matter because they're not going to see it anyways.
And I've been experimenting. I know it's usually better to post in the middle part of the, like, around noon. Sorry, coronavirus. Yeah, I've experimented like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, and it's like, if I post it 2 in the morning, that video will not do as well in its lifetime as it would have if I had posted in the middle of the day here in the U.S., because most of my viewers are in the U.S. I do have a lot that are not.
Because when you post a video then, by the time it gets to where people are awake, some other people have posted videos, and not everyone's going to scroll through the list to see when it's uploaded. And
how a video does in the first hour or two really affects how that video does for the life of it. And I'll give you an example. I know on Trains Are Fun, when I post a video, sometimes I know before I post it that it's going to do decent. And sometimes I know they're going to, like the videos I've been posting lately, I knew that they wouldn't get a lot of views compared to other videos on the channel. But when I post a video and in that first hour it's getting a ton of views, I'm like, this video is going to kill it forever. And it does. It's like, remember I set up all the stuff in the living room? The trains running around the living room? Those videos were getting tons of views right at the beginning. And I said, those are going to do good. And they're still getting tons of views. But the videos I've made the past week, not many views the first hour. And most of them hadn't even got to 10,000 views yet, which is unusual for that channel. So it does matter how a video does when you upload it. That's my opinion, just from what I've seen on my own channel.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, could be wrong. I'm usually wrong. Okay, let's do another question. Do I get any more? Oh, wait a minute. We're at the top. That can't be all the questions. Orders a week. Here's one from Brett. It says, how do you sort your BrickLink store parts? Do you put certain parts in specific order or location, or is it just random? I bet you can answer this question. Look at my BrickLink store.
It's random, but you remember.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, you do, because you told me. This
yeah. But
you said like you're like part number drawer C45. You're like, and all of a sudden now you know where it's at. Like, how do you do that?
Well, box J8 used to have 1x2 black bricks, but I sold them all out, so now J8's got something different in it. I don't know what's in it, but there are, like, go over to drawer 3403.
You know what Jay did when he was hungry? J8.
J8. Yeah, but you know why 6 doesn't like 7? Because 7 ain't 9. But yes. 3403 has 1x2 white plates in it. I know stuff like that. But that's just because when you pick an order and pick many orders, you start learning where certain things are. But there's no order as far as
the number.
Yeah, when I first started, I'd have like all the tiles in a drawer, all the plates in another drawer. Now it's just they're wherever they go.
Because when you pull it up the number, and it's like it's just as easy just to go to the number.
Yeah. So if you were to say, "Hey, go get me a 1x1 plate," you've asked me sometimes you need certain parts. I have to.
You type in the part, you pull up the drawer, and you're like, "Jacob, how many are you gonna take?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I was like, "I took 15. I ended up taking like 45."
I get an order later, and it's missing. I'll tell the story again where you made me the John and John Mosaic. Did I tell you that story? I think I told you the story, the John and John Mosaic. Remember that you made it? They Might Be Giants. It was a mosaic, and he used tiles. I was picking a BrickLink, and he'd already given it to me.
But the thing is, when I made that, I wasn't taken out of your store.
I was missing exactly the number of... I think you asked me for the... And it may have been on me. I think you asked me for the tiles, and I gave them to you, but I forgot to subtract them. And when I was looking for the tiles from an order I had, the exact number that I was missing was exactly what was in the mosaic.
But it's like, I remember building it where the store was not at, because I know, like, when I was younger, I made the mistake of taking parts from your store. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So either it was a coincidence or that was the case. Because I remember not.
It might have been a coincidence.
I remember not taking parts from your store.
Okay. But no, the order is wherever there's a free drawer. And so there's no, it's I guess the definition of random.
Mm-hmm.
Except everything is recorded in the remarks. Oh, so the other day I was putting away parts, and I had these 1x1 sand green bricks that were added to my store.
Mm.
So I put them in a container, thought I wrote the number down, and put them away. And I had 500 lots that I added to my store. 500. And some of them were like added to existing lots, and over 200 of them were new lots. And so I'm putting all these away, got done with the order, and I get to the end, and there's, in my inventory on BrickLink, it shows those sand green bricks, but it doesn't know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember where I put them.
You still don't know?
I remember seeing them. I remember putting them away. I don't know what drawer I put them in or what section. Like, if I knew I put them in that container, I could go look over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any clue where they went. So they're physically in my store. I don't know where they are. So I had to not make them. They're not visible to the public because I listed them as lost. So those kind of things happen when you have randomness. That's the disadvantage. If you make a mistake saving the remark, you can lose forever where it is, and then you just gotta, through trial and error, find it.
You have to be looking for something else and come across it.
That happens so many times. I'll be looking for something, and I go looking for something else. I found the funniest thing ever was the minifigure head I was missing. And like months later, somebody had bought a garbage can from my store,
mm-hmm.
and in the container that had the garbage cans, there was a head. It was like a murder, a severed head inside of a demonetized instead of a garbage can.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Mm.
All right, so I think that's most of the questions. Now there are other questions that don't use BAT. And this little filter for YouTube, you can do like contains questions. Sometimes we'll see how it does. I think this episode, I'm just getting tired.
Now, when you said demonetized, that reminds me. Minecraft YouTuber I watch, he says, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm about to die," he goes, "Oh, I just got demonetized." That's what he says.
Yeah. And so, oh man, I don't know about. Oh, David says, "Is your local Lego store open?" Yes, they are, and
they might have the pirates, not TheyMightBeBricks.
Yeah, they didn't. You know, when I went to the Lego store, I was looking. No, they did not have Pirates of Barracuda Bay. I was looking for that and for the Millennium Falcon. Nobody has it.
Were you gonna throw it off a building?
Yeah, and this 9-volt Breakmaster asked a question that I think is more of a question for Trains Are Fun. But he says, "What do you think of MTH Trains closing? Do you even know what MTH Trains is?"
Is it that store? Okay.
MTH Trains makes highly detailed model trains, usually like O scale, and it's one of those things where they make such good models that I can't afford them. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever bought one. So them closing doesn't affect me personally, but I know that in the hobby, they're one of like the greatest, one of the most detailed, realistic things. And it'd be more of a question for me of like, well, what do you think of Brick Model Railroader closing? I'm like,
oh
man, I won't be getting any more instructions how to build stuff anymore. But anyway, that's all the questions we're going to answer in this video. Anything else you want to talk about? TheyMightBeBricks.
I'm working on, in my mind, I'm working on a roller coaster. Lego.
Do you want to
Lego?
But aren't you going to use the CDX blocks?
No, I'm using Lego. It's going to be the world's tallest Lego roller coaster.
You
Yeah.
look like that guy from that made the Lego Jurassic Park thing.
I'm pointing to it.
You know, that's just one box. You know, I got like more of it.
But yeah, I'm thinking about making it have elements from real life roller coasters, but it's gonna be themed to Land of the Lost.
Oh, so you were wearing the Land of the Lost shirt earlier.
I had to change it.
You had to wear Seinfeld, and I'm wearing a shirt that I purchased from. It was designed by Kevin Hinkle. I think it's one of Clutch's.
The greatest shirts ever. That's what it is. It's one of the greatest shirts ever.
Yes, 9-volt Revolution.
Like, imagine you go back in time to, like, 1940, and you're wearing that in, like, a construction outfit, and people are like, oh, man, what is that?
The BrickTsar theme music video that's 2 seconds long.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we gotta make that a shirt.
So, where did you get that? Where is that from?
I can't remember.
Who made that?
I made that. That video is like 4 years old.
No, not the video, the artwork.
I made that.
Oh, you made the artwork.
Yeah.
So we could put that on a shirt.
Yeah, I made that, and I opened up Microsoft Paint, and I went, and then it was done. I made that 4 years ago, I think, so I would have been 14, 15.
I think it was. Seems like for some reason.
I feel like I made that in middle school.
I know. I think you were in school when you made that.
I probably made the picture in school, but uploaded it later.
All right.
And I added the Windows thing.
So where can we find you? They Might Be Bricks.
You can find me wherever you find BrickTsar.
Yeah, and where can you find BrickTsar?
Wherever you find TheyMightBeBricks.
Yeah. That means we're always together.
Because he's my dad.
Like 2 peas in a pot.
What about TrainZar? Who's that?
Some jerk. He thinks he can just spend all the time with the phone.
Hey,
stuff.
Wait.
Wait, no, that's me.
Who is Nuclear Bricks?
Nuclear Bricks. We still should have used that name. All right, so if you're new to the channel and new to YouTube and you're thinking about creating a channel name, don't use the word brick in your name.
Like me.
Or everybody does. I do, you do, everybody does, and everybody's a brick. And you know what I hate is when people who aren't in the Lego, I don't hate it, but when people are not in the Lego community and you like comment on their videos, they're like, hey, brick. I get that so many times when I comment on another YouTuber's video.
They need to say, hey, Czar.
Yeah.
Oh, can I rant about something real
Okay.
quick? Okay, so... yeah, okay. So, like, a long time ago... I mean, I still watch Minecraft videos occasionally. But a long time ago, there's this one YouTube channel that made the best... Not the best. Tobuscus makes the best. He makes the best... He made some of the best Minecraft content of all time. Like, I would rewatch the same video because it was so entertaining. And it was so good. And he had, like, over 200 episodes. And
Is he the one that took all the stuff down?
Yeah. So he had over 200 episodes of one game, of one Minecraft game, then some more of the others, and he stayed consistent with the quality.
He decided he didn't want to do Minecraft?
The quality got better. He was hilarious. The editing was perfect. And then one day he was like, I want to do something different. I want to try something different on YouTube. I'm like, go for it. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, do what you want to do. I was like, maybe he'll just keep making different videos. He probably won't make Minecraft tomorrow. That's okay. I'll still watch old videos. He deletes all the videos or makes them private.
I probably made them private.
I hope, because
You'll never see him again.
He took them all off. And I remember being so disappointed. And then he doesn't get as many views as he used to.
Of course not.
And I'm like, why didn't you just continue making... whatever, he wanted to do vlogs.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you just do vlogs on the channel you already have? Because people like you as a YouTuber, so they would like you as a vlogger. I mean,
the only way you can...
Or make a new channel, but it would be hard to grow.
Yeah, unless it was his channel called Minecraft something.
No, he is called No Boom.
Okay.
So it was an original name and all
that. So, I think if you're wanting, like, if I was, like, on this channel, if I was like, you know what, I'm not doing Lego videos anymore, I'm going to do vlogs.
I'm going to look them up real quick.
And it's like, it would not go well. I would get even less views than what I get now. But I think if you're going to make a transition like he did, you just need to just kind of gradually just do it and not say you're going to do it, because when you say you're going to do
Oh
it,
my God, he made a music video. Okay, so he's definitely wow.
I think like when people decide they don't want to do it anymore, they're burned out, or they don't want to do it anymore. That's fine. Just walk away from it. Just leave it though. Leave it for somebody else to enjoy. Don't bring in other people to take your place.
It's kind of like, let's say you were younger and you posted stupid pictures on Instagram because you were 11 years old. And then when you hit 15, 16, you're transitioning from a kid to a grown teenager, and you're like, oh, that I was so embarrassing back then. I want to delete all these pictures. And then you're in your mid-20s and you're like, man, I wish I kept those pictures because they're funny.
I've seen so many times people just delete everything, and it's like, I've deleted videos off of my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, some of them I debated not doing it, but they weren't nostalgic videos. They were like the results of like a giveaway. And some of those are still on the channel, but like the results of a giveaway, and I'm like, this is so pointless. There's no point in this video. So I deleted it. And then I had another one that it wasn't copyright claimed, but it got demonetized for some reason, and I couldn't, and because it had so few views, I couldn't get a response from Lego, and I'm like, I'm tired of dealing with this. And then I did a stupid list video that I was like, oh, this is dumb. It's not a video that I would make today, and so I deleted that one. But most of my crappy videos are still up where people can watch them.
You know what I wish we had done when we started YouTube? We filmed a video for our future selves.
Oh.
We should do that now.
Okay.
Like, one day we should write out something to say.
So, They Might Be Bricks, what's it like in the year 2025?
And then, like, when we're in that year, if anything has changed, we could... what if we filmed it in front of a green screen so we could be like Bill and Ted? See, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what if when they filmed Excellent Adventure, they had done something like that? They're like, hey, let's film a scene for maybe a movie in the future, whether it gets made or not. You know, see, that's what I would have been thinking about. That's what I would have been thinking about.
You know, like some of the family videos or some of the personal videos that I've made before y'all were born, even. But sometimes I'll be watching one of them. This could be something I filmed in the 90s. I'll be watching it, and I'll think something, and I'll say it.
In the video?
And then on the video, I say it. And I'm like, did I say that because I remember saying that, or did I say it because I always think of that type of thing when that comes up?
I mean, probably the second one, because, I mean, or it could be both.
Because sometimes there'll be videos I don't even remember filming. And then I'll say something, and then my camera presence. But it's like, I wish the camera quality was better back then, and it wasn't. But I got a lot of... I've uploaded some of the videos that I've posted before digital media. Some of them I really am proud of and enjoy. Like my Six Flags videos.
The snake video is always going to be legendary.
Snake Burt.
That is never going to...
That's really long.
That's one of the best videos ever.
I should put a link to that video. The snake video.
You made the director's cut. You made the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut.
Hey, I can't wait for that. You want to hear something? HBO Max just launched, right? And they had all these DC movies. Now they took them all off.
Oh.
Isn't that kind of weird? Like, they just launched. I'm like...
I don't know what happened.
I'm like, Friends and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air can only go so far. You're going to have some other stuff for people to watch.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to end it here. I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Check out They Might Be Bricks channel. Subscribe to it. You never know when he might surprise you with an upload. Who knows?
Maybe.
But we're going to go.
Technology. And
join my Patreon for only... Oh, wait. You know what? We go... Actually, I'm ending it.
Me and this?
Yeah.
They Might Be Bricks, the mystery machine in black.